Some people collect shoes. I, it seems, collect DVD box sets. Hi guys! I'm really excited about today's video. I have been planning this for ages, and now that I've sat down to do it, I have discovered that I'm definitely going to have to do this in 2 parts. I think I should have known just by looking at my shelves that this video was not doable in one go, but I dared to dream, and I thought, oh, I'll just sit down this afternoon and I'll just film them all. But honestly, there are so many that there is absolutely no way that anyone is going to sit and watch a video of the length that this would end up being if I did it all in one go. So this is part 1 of my TV DVD box set collection. So I figured what I would do today is try to just cover all my kind of teen and post-teen drama DVDs and comedy DVDs, and then in the next edition of this I will do all the kind of more TV drama sort of DVDs. So I think that's how I'm going to split it. I'm like surrounded. You should see what the floor looks like right now. I might take a clip actually later and just show you what the floor surrounding me looks like right now, because it's just like a sea of DVD box sets. So without further ado, I'm going to get on so that this video does not turn out to be an hour long, and I hope that you enjoy. So the first box set that I wanted to show you is probably my favourite box set that I own, and it's very special to me because when I got it, it was kind of difficult to get. At the time that I got it, there wasn't a UK edition. There is now, thankfully. So I had to get the French edition and obviously just watch it without subtitles. That is my Veronica Mars seasons 1 to 3 box set. Oh, just look at how pretty it is. All of the text in the back is in French, so I should be able to read some of it because I did French in high school, but I can't remember any of it. And then it has the 3 separate seasons in 3 different coloured box sets. So we've got season 1 where she's looking pretty brooding, then season 2, pretty brooding again, whole gang's there in this one, and then season 3. I quite like the front cover of this one actually, even though season 3 wasn't my favourite season. I quite like the cover of this particular box set. So just on my shelf where I keep all my box sets, where I keep my Veronica Mars one, I also keep the Veronica Mars movie DVD. So you can get box sets now that have the film and the 3 seasons in it, but I wouldn't want to ever part with this one because I love it so much. So I just like to sit that kind of, I just slot it in next to it on the shelf and pretend that they're attached. Moving swiftly on, I will talk about another show that I talk about constantly, and that is Being Erica, and these are my Being Erica DVD box sets. It kind of bugs me that season 4 is orange, and that is a very pathetic thing to say, but I think just because when I've got them all like sitting on my shelf and these ones are all the kind of like pale blue, because that's the background colour for the titles. But I actually do really like the front cover of season 4. You've got the Toronto background and the nice sort of pink pastel colours, so it actually looks really pretty. If you haven't seen Being Erica, please go and watch it because it's one of my favourite shows of all time. Again, the text on these box sets is not in English because when I ordered them to begin with there wasn't a UK edition, and I actually don't think there's a UK edition to this day. So I don't actually know what language this is. Oh, Netherlands. So yeah, these editions are from the Netherlands, and so the writing is not in English on the back of them. When I discovered Being Erica, seasons 1 to 3 were already available to buy. They'd already aired, and so I sort of snapped them up very, very quickly. And for like ridiculously cheap prices, I think these were about £5 or £6 each on eBay, and they were brand new sort of unopened editions. So that was pretty good, but then I had to wait quite a while for season 4. I watched it on YouTube. I remember someone had uploaded all the episodes onto YouTube so I could watch it on there, but it was a good little while before I could actually get the box set to add to my collection, because I don't like, when I've started buying a DVD box set collection, I don't like to have ones missing. So I was very pleased when I could finally add season 4 to my collection. In a similar genre, we have my Gilmore Girls box sets. Now, these ones are awkward shapes, or different shapes, because when I bought the first one that I bought was season 2 because I'd actually got season 1 out of my local library. They had it on DVD and I really wanted to watch it, and so I got it out of there and I loved it so much I went and bought seasons 2 and 3 on DVD, and I got them in the kind of like chunky box sets. So this is what season 3, is that season 3? Yeah, that's what season 3 looks like, and that one's season 2. And in these ones they have like the kind of like box style kind of thing with like nice pictures, and then the DVDs are like tucked away and sort of open up. I'll lean over. You can open it up like that, like a little kind of book thing. So I think they look very pretty, but they do take up a little bit more space on my shelves. Whereas these ones, which are 1, 4, 5, 6 and 7, they're in the thinner, slimmer box. So this is season 1 and it's a nice orangey shade. And yeah, they're just kind of like in the sort of stackable little things, whatever you want to call them. I'll do a little sort of just quick run through of what each of the covers looks like. So looking very young here in season 1, season 2, I think that's a particularly beautiful picture of Lauren Graham and Alexis Bledel. They're just both beautiful people. I wish I looked like them. Then season 3, starting to look a little bit older. Season 4 is green. Season 4 is maybe my favourite season, so I have a very like special place for this one in my heart. Season 5 looks like this. They have these like big stickers on the bottom that kind of do my head in. Season 6, very grown up and glamorous. And season 7, which I know a lot of people don't like but I still love, looks like this. So this one makes me sad because I know that when I'm watching this one the end is nigh, so yeah. Next, I won't spend too much time talking about this because I'm starting to feel that I spend too much time talking about this show on my channel, so if you watch my videos you know what's coming. These are my Once Upon a Time box sets. Oh, I just love them so much. So this one is seasons 1 and 2. This is like a double box set which I got from Emma for my birthday. I think it was just last year, which is actually scary because I'd seen seasons 1 and 2 on TV, but I really wanted to have the DVD, so Emma got me them for my birthday. I just love this. I love the cover of this. We've got some of the, well, we've got all of the main characters really, with the exception of Henry, which if anyone watches the show, I'm sure you will agree with me that it's kind of a shame that Henry doesn't get to feature on this cover. But we've got Emma standing in the middle of Storybrooke with a nice gold writing, and then some of our favourite people. So we have Captain Hook, Regina / the Evil Queen, Rumpelstiltskin, Emma Swan, Snow White and Prince Charming across the top. And then as it's seasons 1 and 2, when you take them out of the boxes, season 1 we've got them looking like they're kind of like real world Storybrooke selves at the top along there, and then for season 2 we've got them looking like they're fairy tale characters, which I think is very cool. And I really enjoy that in this one we have the kind of Storybrooke landscape sort of thing going on. And then in this one we have the sort of enchanted forest. There's the Jolly Roger and all that stuff. I've just realised that this is a 15. I didn't know that. Season 1's a 12. I wonder why season 2 is a 15. I don't think anything that dodgy ever happens in Once Upon a Time, but apparently it does. And then we have season 3. I really love the cover of my season 3 box set. This is what it looks like. Oh, I just think that's so beautiful. So we have Regina's eyes and then an apple, so it's very apt. It's in a sleeve, but the actual cover just kind of looks much the same, other than the fact that we have some of the important characters across the bottom. Next we have the Vampire Diaries. So this is seasons 1 to 5 of the Vampire Diaries. I really want to get season 6. It's coming out, I think, October this year. I think the cover images for the Vampire Diaries are some of the best. In terms of having like really visually pretty DVDs, I think these ones always look beautiful. So this is season 1 in this sort of reddish colour. And we just have Damon, Stefan and Elena across the front, and the crow, which if you've watched season 1 you'll understand why that is significant. Season 2 I think is my favourite cover because they just all look amazing, and it's just, I think it sums up the show quite well. It's sort of bizarre and slightly creepy, but just really you can't take your eyes off it. So it's sort of purpley shade down the side, and then we have Damon, Elena and Stefan again across the front. Just, I mean, would you just look at that face? Oh, so beautiful. But yeah, so I think that front cover is gorgeous. This one's probably the creepiest cover. It's got some fruit that's been squashed but made to kind of look like blood, which is delightful. But again, we've got the 3 of them on the cover. Season 4 looks like this, so quite a sexy kind of cover for Elena and the boys, just looking great as usual. And then season 5 is the first one where we've got more than just the 3 of them in the front cover. We also have a couple of other people who I won't talk about in case you haven't watched the show yet. But yeah, that's what season 5 looks like. Sticking with the teen sort of genre, we have Gossip Girl. I don't have season 6 of Gossip Girl, and that kind of kills me a little bit. Even though by season 6 it had got completely ridiculous, I just want to complete the collection, so I want to have all of them. But my season 1 DVD of this is a little bit sort of dog-eared and tattered because it's very well loved. But that's season 1, which I have such very fond memories of. Season 2. Season 2 has always kind of been not my least favourite, but I always felt like not much of significance really happened throughout season 2. Well, towards the end of season 2 anyway, I felt like not a lot sort of went on. But I like the colouring of this one, I think it's quite pretty. And they all look, of course, very sort of brooding and attractive on the cover, because that's what Gossip Girl was all about, brooding, attractive teenagers. Season 3 looks like this. We've got everyone except, oh no, Jenny's still there. I was going to say we've got everyone except Jenny in the cover, but She's still there at this point. So yeah, that's season 3. Season 4, which is probably my favourite season, just for sort of weird reasons. I loved the kind of Dan and Blair friendship that was developing in season 4. So that is my season 4 box set, and it looks like this. And season 5 looks like this. Actually, this one's been laid out very nicely. I like that. I think that the colour scheme on the front of this one's really pretty. And they all just, as per usual, look great. Also, they've captured Dan just before the hair got out of control. If you watch season 5 of Gossip Girl, you'll know what I'm talking about. I think Penn Badgley is very attractive. And the way that his hair was in season 5 of Gossip Girl was just a nightmare. And I know it was because he was filming other things and he had to have the longer hair. Anyway, this is what season 5 looks like. I'm going to quickly go through a couple that don't really fit into any particular category. The first one is Lipstick Jungle. Now, not a lot of people, I think, have heard of this show or have watched it, which I actually think is a real shame because I really enjoyed this show. I stumbled across it because I was looking for things that Kim Raver was in, who I'll talk about more in the next section of this video because that'll be about 24. But Kim Raver is such a good actress, she's so underrated. I got these DVDs for, I think I got season 1 for about £4 on Amazon, and I watched it and I just loved it. This show was written by Candice Bushnell. Is it Bushnell? I think it's Bushnell. The women who wrote Sex and the City basically wrote this show. It's very Sex and the City-esque and probably quite predictable. It's about 3 very high-powered, sophisticated businesswomen living and working in New York and, of course, struggling to balance work and family life and their personal life and everything. But it's actually really good. The characters are great. I think that the story really grips you despite the fact that it is quite predictable, and I think I really like the acting. I think that Kim Raver's amazing. It also stars Brooke Shields and Lynsey Price. I can never remember what her surname is, but so Lynsey Price, Kim Raver, Brooke Shields, and it's just really good. And I feel like because not many people know about this, it's kind of just disappeared without a trace. I was really sad that they cancelled it after 2 seasons because I felt like it deserved more. But yep, that's Lipstick Jungle. At the same time that I bought Lipstick Jungle, I bought this, which is Cashmere Mafia, which is along very similar lines. While Lipstick Jungle was written by the writer of Sex and the City, this show was produced by the producers of Sex and the City, and it's just not that good. I got it again. I got this for about, I think, £3 or £4 on Amazon, and it just fell really flat for me. I didn't really get to know the characters very well or feel particularly endeared to any of the characters. It's got some quite good actresses in it. It stars Lucy Liu, Miranda Otto, Bonnie Somerville and Frances O'Connor. And, you know, you would imagine that it would be, you know, with people like that in it, that could maybe save it, but I think everyone felt the same as I did because it was cancelled after 1 season. Okie doke, moving into comedies, but sticking with a similar kind of demographic of characters, I have seasons 1 and 2 of Ugly Betty. I really want to get 3 and 4 at some point so that I can have them all because I love Ugly Betty. I did not watch seasons 1 and 2 when they were airing on TV, but Emma got completely addicted to it and she introduced me to it. And once I'd watched a few episodes, I just fell completely in love with this show. It is so camp and over the top and ridiculous, but it's so funny and it's got some really genuinely heartbreaking moments through it. The characters are amazing. I love the character of Betty. I just think that she is fantastic. And then moving forward, if we've got Mark and Amanda, do we? Yeah, Mark and Amanda are 2 of my favourite. They're like one of my favourite like comedy double acts in any TV show ever. They are just hysterical. Again, sticking with a similar demographic of character, but moving into comedy, I have seasons 1 and 2 of New Girl. Oh, I loved New Girl, and I felt like season 3 just really dipped for me and I stopped watching it halfway through because it just wasn't as good. I have heard that things get better though, so I really do want to get season 3 so that I can watch it and fall hopefully back in love with it, but seasons 1 and 2 are just so good. This is season 1. I don't remember if this came in like a paper cover or not. I don't think it did. I think it was just on its own. So we've just got Jess and Cece and the boys. I love the colouring of the New Girl packaging and branding. I just think it's so fun and very reflective of what the show was like. It's very light, it's very fun, it's very colourful. Jess is a very fun character. So yeah, that's season 1. And then season 2 looks like this, and it for some reason is in a sort of paper cover, but the inside just looks exactly the same. So yeah, I loved seasons 1 and 2. Next we have seasons 1 to 6 of How I Met Your Mother. Now I still haven't seen the end of How I Met Your Mother. I know how it ends. I have this one, which is seasons 1 and 2. Then this one, which is 3 and 4. This one, which is just 5, and then this one, which is just 6. I hadn't started watching How I Met Your Mother when it started airing, so I was like 4 seasons behind. So when I bought these, I could get them in the kind of like 2-in-1 box set for quite cheap. And then by the time I got to this stage, I had to buy them separately because they weren't doing the double box sets yet. I don't know if they do that now with any of the rest of them, but I really want to see the last 3 seasons because I've seen season 7 and half of season 8. But I need to see the end of season 8 and then watch season 9 at some point. Next in the comedy line, we have season 1 of Flight of the Conchords, which just, this box set means a lot to me because it has a lot of very fond memories from when I was at uni, because me and Emma and our friend Louise used to have nights in where we just would sit and watch The Mighty Boosh and Flight of the Conchords, eat a whole lot of rubbish, and it just was always like the most fun nights when we used to sit and watch this. And so I just have very fond memories of this. We have like really daft jokes that relate to this show, and we still sing the songs from this show, and it's just so good. If you haven't seen Flight of the Conchords, it is about 2 men from New Zealand, Brett and Jermaine, who are here on the front cover. They have a band and they moved to America to seek fame and fortune. They have a fellow New Zealander named Murray as their manager, who is one of the funniest characters you'll ever meet, and basically they just try to make their way in America with hilarious results. It's got an amazing soundtrack, the songs in the show are just so catchy and funny, and it's definitely worth a watch if you haven't seen it. There is a season 2 which I don't have the box set of. Emma's got it, which I borrowed at one point, but I do think that at some stage I will invest in the season 2 box set. Next we have one of my all-time favourite shows and all-time favourite box sets, which again can be shown by the fact that it's fallen apart, and that is Black Books. I love Dylan Moran so much, I can't even put into words how much I love Dylan Moran, but he and Tamsin Greig and Bill Bailey are just the perfect trio in this British comedy show. If you've not seen it, go and find it. It's actually on Netflix, so if you've got Netflix you can watch it on there, but it's just amazing. I love this so much that my box set is now actually, because it's a kind of, I like the feel of this, the texture's kind of like, it's sort of just like shiny cardboard really, but it's starting to kind of fall apart a little bit here. But that is the complete collection, so it's seasons 1 to 3 all in the one box set, and it looks like this when you open it up. And it's got all the bloopers and everything for all the seasons on the individual discs. And then on the back you've got just the list of episodes, so I love this so much. Sticking with the comedy theme, we have seasons 1, 2 and 3 of Arrested Development. Seasons 1 and 2 of this show are 2 of my favourite seasons of any comedy show ever. This is season 1 here, so we've got Michael down at the bottom looking suitably exasperated, and then the rest of the hilarious Bluth clan across the top. Then season 2 looks like this. Again, Michael's taking the kind of forefront, and then everyone else is kind of positioned along the back here. And then this is season 3, which I really didn't like as much, and I've not really watched very much in comparison to the other 2, but it's still good. It's still good. Next, we have Fawlty Towers. Oh, this is just the best. This is one of these shows, I've said this before, this is one of these shows that will just, for me, never date. I think there are shows that are funny now because of cultural references and stuff that is very relevant to our particular generation or our particular sort of time period. Whereas I feel like Fawlty Towers is just one of these rare shows that will always be funny, and it will appeal to people and appeal to a certain sense of humour just forever, because it's so clever, it's so well written, it's so silly at times, but it just always puts a big smile on my face. So this is the complete collection in this particular box set, so it has all of the episodes on it. I really like what this looks like actually. It's got the kind of like drawing version of the hotel right across the back like that, and then the discs with the kind of episode names and stuff in there. So I love this box set to pieces. I got this on sale in HMV at one point for I think about a £5 or something like that, and I was like, I can't not buy that. I need to have that in my life because I watched it so much when I was a kid on TV that having it to actually own was very important to me. So yeah, absolutely love it. So that's it for part 1 of my TV DVD box set collection. I hope that you enjoyed that. I am going to be back. I'll probably film the other half of this on Monday actually, so the second half should be up halfway through the week, and that will have my TV drama kind of box set, so things like Lost you have to look forward to in that one. Thank you so much for watching guys. I really hope that you enjoyed that, and I hope that I managed to edit this down to a reasonable length, and I will speak to you again soon. Bye! Something that I really like about this show is that they're using kind of digital content very interestingly, so they are putting up on the screen like sort of death toll and numbers and all that kind of stuff.